ladies and gentlemen. I'm Theresia Rumahombar as first speaker of government team will bring motion that scholarships should only be granted on the basis of financial necessity. Our limitation for today's motion is for public students from elementary, middle, and high school in Indonesia, because compulsory education in Indonesia lasts for 12 years. Next, scholarship, as we know, is a gift in the form of financial assistance. Once again, financial assistance is given to individuals that aims to be used for continuation of the education taken. Scholarship can be given by government agency, companies, or foundation. Then finance in turn relate to financial affairs. When discussing finance, it certainly cannot be separated from the economy, which means for people who need financial assistance, for those who have not been able to ever education. So today, I strongly agree with today's motion. Ladies and gentlemen, we can imagine if students who are able but still get scholarship to study, while underprivileged students will find it difficult to study or even drop out of school because they do not get scholarship that can be help or support for the education. And basically, scholarship have a main purpose to ease the burden of students who need financial assistance in the continuity of their education, so it should be if the scholarship funds are used to pay tuition fees, buy books, or other education needs. Now, I will bring my first argument. It is essence of the scholarship itself will disappear. As I have stated before, the main purpose of the scholarship itself is to help students who are still lacking in financial need, so that if the scholarship is carried out based on academic tests, written tests, or interview, it will cause the financial underprivileged student to have very less opportunity to get the scholarship, which means the original essence of their scholarship will lose or disappear. The Ministry of Education and Culture, or Kemendikbud, note that there was 157,000 elementary to high school students dropping out of school in 2019 and 2002 school year. Most of students who dropped out were elementary school, a level as many as 59.4 thousand students. Furthermore, at the junior high school level, as many as 38.5 thousand students, and the high school student level 26.9 students. Students drop out of school according to data from the Ministry of Education and Culture. There are 25.2 million elementary school students, 10.1 million high school students, 5 million high school, and 5.2 million vocational schools in the 2019 and 2020 school year. The United Nations Children Fund, or UNICEF, said the COVID-19 pandemic was one of the causes of students dropping out of school. The organizations estimate that around 1% of students have dropped out of school due to the pandemic because the large number of job parents and guardians have lost. So we can really imagine how big impact of scholarship for students who are financially underprivileged. My second argument is that education is a right for students in Indonesia, based on Law Number 20 of 2006 concerning the National Education System in Article 17, paragraph 1 and 2, among others. State first, basic education is the level of education that underlines the secondary education level. Basic education is form of elementary school or other equivalent form and junior high school, student and madrasah, sanawiyah, or either equivalent form. From the two paragraphs above, it can be concluded the basic education is education carried before entering a secondary educational, and carry out the elementary school for 6 years and junior high school for 3 years level. It is written Article 31, paragraph 4 at the 1945 continues, which read, the state creates that education budget at least 20% of state revenue and expenditure budget, as well as from the regional revenue as expenditure budget to meet the needs of national education implementation. On the basis of the above, this paper will try to analyze whether the state legislation in Indonesia has quarantined and regulate effort to protect the law of right every citizen or student to obtain education, especially basic education, junior high school education, and high school education. Considering the education as the basic level is the cornerstone to continue a higher level of education, which in the end can push Indonesia into a developed country. This can be realized for students who are finally deficient, so I strongly agree with this today's motion. And my third argument is by giving scholarship only on the basis of financial necessity, it can be open the change to make Indonesia as a developed country by building an equal education for every student with scholarship for students who are less financially. It will increase the opportunity for equal distribution of education in Indonesia, so that all students in Indonesia will get the same benefit and opportunities without exception. Equitable distribution of education is very important in Indonesia. The government is responsible for education life of the nation and create general welfare. Education is a strong foundation needed to achieve the nation's progress in the future. Even more important as a profession in the face of a global era that is full of intense competition between nations. Thus, equitable distribution of education is an absolute requirement that must be met because it is a determining factor for a nation to be able to win global competition. The provision of scholarship program or the definition of equality of survival is an effort that helps intensively when an academic crisis occurs. Education with some substantial funding assistance can also provide facilities and also the maintenance of students in order to continue and attend education in school so that the implementation of equal distribution of education in Indonesia. Thank you.